I mean, I actually like the West Coast a lot now. So I mean, I'm a big.
You're like it. Yeah. To visit, yes. I still have family in New York, but to live, it's just so. It's a lot. It's like rough for us.
100%, especially with the 4 different seasons too. It's tough to manage. So, but I mean, it is super cool though because like once again with the 4 seasons too, from like fall, winter, spring, summer, it's all different types of events and from the
True.
holidays and stuff like that. It's perfect.
Yeah,
But
that's what I say. I'll visit.
yes, but the cold though, when it gets like late January,
oh god, it's brutal.
February, it's not worth it. It's you gotta heat up the car early in the morning. If you don't, you go in your car, it's frozen. You gotta fix the
windshield. I don't want to shovel any snow.
I've been there way too many times in New Hampshire. We if we had like any like early morning like workouts and stuff, like we'd always like forget. And like our campus is like a small campus too, so like I'd have to drive like a mile like down the road, but I'd be like out the window, like just like staring with frozen ice over. It's like 10 degrees. I'm so tired. It's my eyes are all.
Yeah. The last time I was in snow, I broke my ankle. So after that, I'm like,
okay. Yeah. It's miserable.
It was miserable. Here you go.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's cold. It's cold out here.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's cold.
So I have no idea what's going on here in Florida right now. I have a beanie on. Not supposed to, but here we are. So
I know. I feel like I should be in a bathing suit because it's hot over here compared to. Well, I mean, compared to where you're like, I think yesterday I saw you guys were in the 30s, 40s.
Yeah, it was snowing in North.
That's great.
Didn't sign up for this. This is the whole reason why I moved to Florida in the first place. It's all good, man. How you getting? How you holding up? You healthy?
Good. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty much good. So yeah, I mean, I got pretty banged up in the season, but like all like muscular stuff. But
yeah,
I'm good now, so I'm all good. So yeah, healthy now, just chilling. So just relaxing now. So
he's going to Japan next week.
Oh yeah, yes, it's my big trip. So after my first season, I kind of like I didn't know what to do. And I kind of got back into like working out and doing stuff like super early. I kind of got a little bit burnt out and everyone was like, dude, just take a break after the season, relax, go on a vacation, come back and be kind of ready to go. So I was like, you know what? This year I'm going to take a big trip to either Japan or somewhere else. And I chose Japan with the boys. So it's going to be a crazy one. So I'm excited.
You need to unplug. And have fun.
Yeah, no, I made the same mistake. I did the same thing. First, especially like after your first year, you're just like, okay, I kind of want to hit the ground running going into the next year, but like that requires rest too, and I didn't really understand that at first. So, but yeah, no, it's dope you taking a vacation because using right now in Boston tomorrow to do everything vacation stuff. So,
oh geez, I love Boston though. I love Boston. I went to school in New Hampshire, so we were always there. So it's awesome. It's awesome.
How long you been with the Raiders for?
It's my second season. So I got drafted here 2 years ago. So it's been cool, man. It's been a crazy experience. It's my first time on the West Coast, so it's definitely a whole different vibe in Vegas compared to Florida, New Hampshire, Boston, like that whole area. So we're
gonna keep them in the West Coast.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean, shoot, I've been to Cali a couple of times now. I still got to go to Utah, but Vegas is cool. Yeah,
Vegas.
So,
what schools you go to?
New Hampshire. So University of New Hampshire. It was a small FCS school, so it was. Yeah. So it was crazy. So I got drafted here. It was like a whole big thing. So it was. It's been fun. It's been fun, man. So I'm enjoying every second of it. I mean, besides us going, 3-14, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good besides that. So
yeah, it'll get better, man. It'll get better. Yeah, I got some good guys in the locker room. So
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, it's just, especially like this year too. After like week 1, I think we like truly thought we were going to be just a force to be reckoned with, and then it just kind of just going downhill. I mean, it sucks because Pete Carroll was the man. He was like, awesome. Unique too, in a sense of just like he's just always trying to build a culture of like always competing. And when we got to like week 10 and we're 2-8, guys started to be like, this sucks, and started kind of like fading away from him. And
naturally, yeah.
And a lot of the vets were like, this is BS and stuff like that. And it just kind of just started to crumble even more. So it's the NFL. You got to produce. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was with the Raiders from 2020 to the end of 2022, 3 seasons. And it was I can only imagine what y'all had to go through. I'm pretty sure we can go on shit at this point.
Yeah.
Shit we had to win. But the one thing I will say is that, so I will say 2020, the COVID year, it was just weird. We played during that season. It was just a weird year. But that second year, we had such a close group. I played D-line, so we had such a close group. And Gruden got fired, and then it was like a whole bunch of other stuff going on around the time. The Henry Ruggs situation, Damon Arnett situation.
Nick Cole has so many stories, and he tells us he has the best stories. It's so funny.
Man, yeah, we'll talk later. we'll talk later. It was crazy, but like with everything that we had going on, and I'd say that the D-line kind of helped lead that group. It was just like, like it don't matter what happens, what happened before, or what's happening during, outside the building, or whatever. Like, we gonna make the playoffs. Like, we're gonna make the playoffs. This is what's gonna happen. Like, we don't know how we're gonna do it. We're gonna need some help along the way, but we're gonna get in on that wild card weekend. I think we had like 4 or 5 games left. I don't remember, but like we just rifled it off. We had an interim head coach at the time, and he was just like, "Look, during practice, if y'all take care of me during the game, I'm gonna take care of y'all during practice."
Yeah.
So like it was like walk through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was like a jog through to kind of like get your body moving. Thursday and Friday were pretty much chill too. And then we got to Sunday, and the last 4 games we won and was able to make it. And that was probably the closest group I've ever played with while playing in the league. So and he was perfect. Like, he's perfect for what we needed at the time. He's one of the best coaches I've ever been around. And it was cool. We had a few of those on those staffs, but it was just so much going on out.
Keep them on. I'm surprised they didn't.
Yeah, AJ Cole does the best interpretation of Gruden too. When he was getting fired, it was the funniest thing I've ever heard. I forgot what he said, but it was so funny. And he said the story like 3 or 4 times now, and it's the best story ever, because it's just like, it's such a like a Gruden, like just a pure saying. It's so funny. And then, he said Arnett was a character too. Arnett
was crazy.
He had some stories there too, and I'm like, this cannot be real. He's like, yes, it actually, especially in Vegas too. So came in the match. So that whole crew of guys, like him, Colton, probably Max, probably the only 3 guys that were there.
Yeah, everybody's going. Y'all gotta beat the Chiefs for me, man. Yeah, that's that. I don't care what happened.
We did the last game, but it was just like a shit bowl. It was just, everyone was banged up, and it was just like back and forth.
Yeah.
It was actually, we actually found out it was the first time beating the Chiefs in Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's a victory for us. So we'll take it. So
because when we beat them, it was in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And that was crazy too. But I'm having really bad back spasms right now.
So, no.
Yeah. That's
okay. Well, it's a good thing we're not dancing. We're just talking.
No, I'm trying to stay still right now.
Okay. Oh shit. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us on Next Play. We have a special guest. We have Las Vegas Raider Dylan Laube. Is that
Perfect.
pronounced? Yay! Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what's been going on? How has life been treating you after the season?
Yeah, I mean, first couple days, I mean, we spoke. I was just so like kind of like I woke up like, what do I do today? Because it was just last 8 months, it's been like go, 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 the same schedule. And then when the season ends, you're like, what do I do? Because I'm just like, damn, it's over. But now I'm just chilling in the new house that Judy helped me out with. But then besides that, next week I'm off to Japan for like my little getaway. So I'm super excited. But besides that, just been chilling.
Yeah. So did this season feel longer than 8 months, the way the season kind of went?
Well, you know what? Like last year was sort of the same thing. We kind of had a rough year too with a new staff. But this year was definitely a little bit longer because I think we had better expectations. And I talked to a couple of guys that were either on a Super Bowl team or a team that was like a winning team, and they said this was the longest year they've ever had. Even going to the Super Bowl or in the playoffs, they said like, yeah, this was a rough year. So it sucks, happens. It's a part of the NFL, but I think we're looking for a new staff now, so it's going to be hopefully a turnaround now. But besides that, yeah, it was definitely long. It was definitely long, but it was fun. I mean, it always is just living the dream. But no, it was kind of a interesting year, especially with Pete Carroll too, who's a legendary coach. But we had fun every single day. I mean, he made it a blast. So even though we were 2-10 at one point, he was making it fun every single day, competing the whole time. So it was cool. It was
you have to keep it positive no matter what.
Yeah. And that's you mentioned he's a legend. Pete Carroll is absolutely first ballot Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what you see from coaches like that. They don't ever change based on the circumstance.
Yeah.
Like you can be winning, obviously things are going well, and coach is staying at the same personality, the same type of person. He's always stays just even keel the whole way. If you're losing, same thing. And that's kind of a good message to have, especially when you got a bunch of grown men in the locker room. And we know, like, you know, when things aren't going well, we know when things aren't going well. And it's cool to have coaches like that when you go and you go into the building and you know what type of person you're going to get on a day-to-day basis. So that's cool.
Yeah. So like our last week, so last 2 weeks we had like, so in our meeting room, there's a basketball hoop. And our last 2 weeks, we had a free throw tournament with every single group. And now we're getting to like the last week where 2-14 at this point. And, you know, a lot of guys in there are like, oh, man, we still got to do all this stuff. But we finished it. And to be honest with you, it was still a blast. I mean, at the end, I think during the week, everyone's like, oh, we still got to do all this stuff. But at the same time, I think that kind of helped us out a bunch because it was still fun. It was still competition. It was the running backs versus the defensive linemen. Max against Genty. And it was dude, everyone was going nuts. It was like on like a Friday at 8 a.m. in the morning, everyone was just going nuts. And running backs pulled it out. Yeah, dude, it was crazy. So it's 30 seconds on the clock. You got to shoot the ball, and as many times as you make it in 30 seconds. I think Genty got like 10, so he was just on fire. And Max hit 10 and had like one shot left. He tries doing like a step back. He hits the roof, and then it falls down. So he choked there, and then into OT, and then we went in, and the whole place went nuts because Max is just a baller. So
that's his game.
Everyone was going nuts. So it was so much fun. But like, just shows that like he never changed. He stayed the same way from in the spring to summer to camp to the whole season, he did the exact same thing, and he never switched and he never even skipped a beat. So it just shows that he's just a great coach overall, and it sucks that it didn't work out here in Vegas. So, I mean,
yeah, it's just the thing about being a pro, man. Like you just, no matter what happens, you got to go in and just got to try to do your job. And
that's it.
yeah, and sometimes the ball, falls to where in your favor. Sometimes it don't.
Exactly to that point too. Like I know a lot of guys that stay in Vegas too and will train in the facility, which I heard that's kind of rare sometimes because everyone's kind of going to Florida or Texas. But like it's such a cool place here, and the facilities, the food, everything here, I mean, is the best. It actually is. I mean, it's my only spot so far. So, but what everyone says, like this is like the best. They said if we were winning games, when we start winning games, this place is going to be the best place in the world because it's Vegas. It's beautiful. It's new. I mean, just Vegas. I mean, it's such a cool spot and a very unique spot too.
Do you plan on training this year in Vegas?
Yeah. So I usually train in Florida in Fort Myers area, but I'm gonna come back just because of like the new staff and everything. I'm gonna come back in March. So, but once again, it's beautiful here. It's beautiful here. So I mean, it's not even a problem. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
The summers are brutal, but it's only 3 months.
Summers suck. Oh my God. Training camp.
I rather have dry heat than humidity.
100%. 100%. I'll do that all day.
Yeah. So I had training camp. No. So training camp in Vegas is one thing. I had spring OTAs in New Orleans my last year. And they're under sea level.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it don't get 112 degrees out there, but it's 88 degrees and straight swamp sweat. And I was like, y'all practicing this every day? They're like, for the most part, yeah. I'm like, I had to change my cleats out halfway through practice. Like, I'm just sweating so much.
You're dripping.
Yeah, it's insane.
Texas, they said in Houston is like it's brutal in the summer. They said it is miserable there.
Really?
That gets hot, they said. But we did camp in Costa Mesa last year, which was 75 and sunny every single day.
Yeah.
It was perfect. But then we did training camp here, and that was the first time I got 120 plus every single day. Oof.
Yeah. I mean, your skin's on fire, but you're not sweating.
No. I actually used to wear a windbreaker.
Yeah.
To practice. It like burns. Like it's weird. Like you're not sweating. I remember the first time I cramped, I had no sweat. And then I just look into the mirror, and it's nothing but I have like white pouches on my face. It's just straight salt.
And the crazy thing is that there's no clouds either, so it's just the sun is just beating on you the whole.
There's no relief whatsoever.
Nothing. It's just the sun just beating on you. Like you walk outside, it's just so bright outside. You're like, oh my God, it's hot. It is cool.
Yeah. Do you guys think you'll be going back to Cali?
I don't know. Well, I know a couple guys were upset because I guess we get taxed if we're there. So we were there for 17 days, and I guess we got taxed like 5% of our first couple of checks or something like that. It was some weird like percentage, and a lot of guys that were making like big money were like pissed. They're like, "What the hell?" Because like they also came to Vegas because of the no taxes, obviously, or the no state tax.
Mm-hmm.
But and they didn't know that us practicing in Cali for 2.5 weeks, that it was going to affect some of their game checks. So, and I know some of them were pissed because like, I mean, as like a rookie contract, they probably took away a couple of $1,000, which still sucks. But for some of those guys that were making the big bucks were getting,
they saw the difference.
A good chunk. So, but to be honest with you, it was 75 and sunny every single day. So like it was perfect for me. But I know a lot of guys were like, I don't know if we have a choice. I'll probably just stay in Vegas. But I mean, who knows? Who
I'm
knows?
surprised they tax you guys because technically you're not in business.
It was weird. It was like I guess no one even knew about it until we came back, and then some of the checks, or like the first check that we got, there was a deduction because of a Cali, like it was something on our on like our statement. It said something about like a Cali something, and everyone was freaking out. Everyone was like, "What the hell?" And then everyone was saying a bunch of stuff, and then they came out, and I think we had like a meeting like the next day, and they're like, "Yeah, sorry, we're going to be taking a certain percentage of your money for the next couple weeks because of the time we spent." Because I think it's like if you're in a state for a certain amount of time, a certain percentage gets taken out. It's some like weird kind of thing, and everyone was so pissed. I mean, so pissed. Everyone was like, "Never again," blah blah blah. So
that is crazy. Well, California will charge you for anything,
anything. Yeah. That's how we were. We with the Saints, as I mentioned, we did OTAs in Louisiana, but then we did training camp in Cali. So it's just like, and then you get the preseason checks as well, and then you get paid per week or bi-weekly or whatever. So they do the California taxes, which is.
Did you get paid? Because I know it's different now, but like, so we get paid for 36 weeks instead of 18. They split in half. You just get paid for the 18 weeks, or would you go for like all like 36?
So when I first got to the league, it was just 18, or it was actually 17 weeks because we didn't have the extra game. And then I think somewhere between 21 and 22, they changed it. So then I was getting paid like 36 weeks. So I was getting paid throughout like OTAs, which it has a pros and cons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why do you think better?
I just personally give me all my money, But I guess they try to do it so we can kind of like not spend all of it, which
but I see what you're saying. That's the way. So you get paid half the first 18 weeks, and then after that, so the week 19 is when you get start paying from week 1, if that makes sense. So
budget yourself.
So which.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, you pay the same in taxes anyway. So like, if like you get a big check, and sometimes some guys want to splurge a little bit.
Yeah. Have a little time.
Speaking of which, Dylan, what was the first thing you bought?
I didn't really buy anything. So
really?
I already had my car. My parents were fine. They already have everything. They have a couple houses, some cars, so I can't even buy them anything. They already have everything. Really, my first big one was this house. I mean, this house was kind of my thing, and I was like, all right, I didn't want to buy it the first year, just because I was like, all right, like I don't know where I'm gonna be at. I don't know if I'm still gonna be here somewhere else. So after really the only reason I kind of bought the house was because my apartment that was right next to the facility, they raised my rent from like, I think it was like 25 or 2,200 to like 3,800. I'm like, all right, like this is crazy. It was a 1-bedroom. It was nuts. It was nuts. Instead of paying that, I could pay for a mortgage. So we checked out a house, and I got here, and it was kind of my first big purchase. So I would say this is my first one. So, but besides that, I mean, I've been on like a couple vacations, but like nothing too crazy. A couple of my boys gave me some paintings that I bought that were like a custom, which was so. But besides that, no, this is my big one.
How was the home buying process for you?
I bought it kind of during the season, so that was chaos. So it was really Judy and my mom. So Judy and my mom. So my mom was kind of pretending to be me with all like the email and stuff like that. But like all the stuff that I saw and was kind of involved in, I was like, if if it was just me, I would have been so screwed. I would have been so screwed because I was like so lost. I was like, this is so confusing. My first house, just with like, like everything was like flooding in, and all the information that I had to get was just super chaotic. Which obviously, if I wanted to buy another house, it would have to be way after the season, because there's no way in the season I would be able to even do any of that. So
I agree. Yeah.
Judy and my mom were basically everything. So
Judy came in clutch for me too. So I my house for the season 2.
Between him and his wife, or me and his wife, we kind of did everything that needed to be done. But it is difficult because there's so much to it, and you guys don't have time. And then the deadlines are, during the times you guys are at practice, like title companies, lenders even don't understand how busy you guys are.
Well, like as my first time buying a house, you would think it's like it would be so much easier, but just the whole process of just buying something, I feel like even just like a house, like a car, something like this, such it's just like a whole a whole huge progression. It's it's just so much involved with it that it's just you have no idea. Especially if you're
there's a lot to it.
You're just oh my God, it's just so much, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And especially with us too, since we do get paid, differently than the average person. That was kind of the issue that I ran into. And I had to tell them, I was just like, hey, it was like, hey, can we see your last however many checks? I was like, okay, these are. She's like, what about the ones for the rest of the year? I was like, these are the ones for the rest of the year.
Right.
And she was like, oh, okay. And she's like, I've never dealt with that before. I'm like, oh.
Most don't.
Well, I think I kind of had the same issue because they wanted to see my paychecks prior to the year before. And I was like, I wasn't getting paid until last year. So it was just a weird process. I'm like, yeah, this is my kind of first time getting paid. So they were super confused about that. And it was just a weird process because it was you're in such a unique position where you are getting paid a lot, but at the same time me personally, I just started getting paid a lot. So it's just a weird situation.
Yeah. It's weird to explain to them. We were like, okay, I gotta call you back. I'm like, I promise you. It's all there.
Yeah, I got the money. It's just
yeah.
There are some financial industries that are catching up to this and trying to tweak things like this for pro athletes because, to your point, Kendall, the payment structure is so different that more and more lenders need to learn what to do.
Have you seen a lot of crazy kind of situations with a bunch of athletes?
Oh yeah. From credit to the lending process to just everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendall had a time with closing. We
pretty sure we got somebody fired.
Yeah. It was just the day of closing. It was just a lot of stuff that this one title company didn't have in order. And we literally were closing that day to get keys. And she was making it so difficult for his wife to, and again, he was in season, so he wasn't in person. So everything had to be notarized. And the day of closing, nothing was ready. And I literally flew from Vegas to Florida to get this done and be there for Ness, his wife. And boy, did I escalate this. And I think we did get her fired, actually.
Because they were like, yeah, this isn't the first time this lady's been,
Yeah, it wasn't her first time, but it was her first time that, someone made it aware that, these things can't happen.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy.
It was not fun.
I mean, I kind of had a weird situation too, where I got a family friend back home in New York that owns a mortgaging kind of company or whatever, but he uses third party kind of business. Yeah. And I guess he was it was just such a weird situation. And then my mom and this guy, it wasn't my family friend, but this guy that was with the third party company was just being a total scumbag and was what he was charging us. It's my mom was there's no way this should even be close to this, and they were going back and forth, and that's where we had to end it with him. But that was like kind of close to kind of closing too. But then
he was making him do the weirdest thing just to get this approved. And I'm like, there's no need for that. So that's when his mom called me, and I got him with another lender. And she's like, he wants you to do what?
Yeah, and like for me, it's kind of my first house too. So like I was like, all right, if that's what it takes. So I was just kind of just like going with the flow. But my mom was like, no, this is not how it works at all. So
the way it seemed at the end of the day, he was trying to get him to do the most so he can get paid on his end.
Yes.
Which
which is weird. I mean, typical New Yorkers.
Hey.
Is that where you bought?
No. Here, but
his friend.
I don't know why I even. I was just kind of just like, all right. So
well, I got on the phone with him too, because after his mom called me, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? So I called him, and he was such an a-hole to me. And I couldn't just imagine how he was with his mom, Dylan's mom. It was not cool.
Emails were nuts because like I was like involved with the emails, and it was getting to like blows like back and forth.
Yeah. Like, and he had this thick accent from New York, so one of those, huh?
Jersey Shore guy. He was like,
but your friend that referred, he felt really bad.
EJ, which he was when I was back in Florida last week, I saw him, and he apologized. It's all good. It's life. It happens.
All good.
So you got keys, everything.
I got him with Darian, and after that,
she was awesome. Awesome. It was super easy. It was quick.
So
and it was like maybe 2 weeks before we closed too that we had to switch everything over. So that's
stressing a little bit.
That was full, but we got it done, and he's happy. He bought a model home from KB. So it was all it was turnkey ready. He just had to bring his luggage.
Yep.
So dang, that's love. That usually do they usually do that?
Yeah.
Well,
we got in just right when they put it on the market. I'm like, it's a good starter home. So I think it was second, third when we showed your parents that day.
Yeah.
What part?
Inspirata.
Inspirata. Okay.
Which like you just see that, especially like out here, they're just like continuing just to grow and build, and there's building past it, and it keeps on going. And it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be so crazy here.
Yeah,
it's completely different. This like 5 years ago when I got there, and to what it looks like now, I'm just like, damn. I was like, y'all got this. I was like, damn. I was looking around because I was in Vegas last month, and we were driving around different places. I'm just like, dang, this is. They
build shit quick here.
Yeah.
Colin said that St. Rose when he got here was nothing. It was like there was nothing. Now he's like, now you see it. It's everything's here. Everything here. Every food, every shopping, every store possible is here.
Yeah, and there's more to come for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you got A's coming to town probably soon, doing a basketball team. So I mean, it makes sense. It's just growing.
It was a great idea to bring obviously football there, but to see it, like you said, just to see it grow and to see the sports come, because I feel like with people not going to the casinos as much and doing that, they need more attractions and them bringing those sports. I think that'll kind of bridge the gap a little bit. So
and definitely bring in money for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the one problem though is just like the fan base is probably the only issue, is because like if you go to any home game, for us, it's basically an away game for us, especially with like any like big teams like the Chiefs, Dallas, Niners, like any of those big teams that always travel. I mean, if you think about it, if you're an away fan and you want to see your team play, where's a spot? But I think that will also help us out when we start like winning more games too, which will help out.
The thing. Yeah, it's once you start winning, that'll definitely.
But the only thing show up for losers are the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
they'll show when lose or draw, they're gonna be in the game.
Always. Really, it's like the AFC North teams, like Cincy, Browns, Steelers, Baltimore. Like they show up everywhere. Those teams.
Yeah,
that's true.
Browns. Yeah. We played them twice here. Yeah, and they had a good fan base here, and we beat them. Well, we should have beat them this year. That was when Sanders had his first start.
Oh yeah, I watched it.
Yeah,
I watched everything, but I watched it. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was sad a lot this year. I was sad a lot.
Yeah, my brother was like, it was tough being a fan after like week 10. He was like, I couldn't even watch you guys at that point. I was like,
yeah, it was brutal.
So I was looking at my wife. I'm like, was it like this when we were playing? She was like,
oh really?
It's stressful. It's like I'm over here.
This was like our worst year. I'm sorry, Dylan. I'm still a Raider fan.
I know. I mean, it was tough for us too. So it was rough one. It was rough.
I think y'all had a bunch of injuries too. I mean, look, that's the thing with the NFL. I think the only team that actually, because San Francisco 49ers, I think they had so many injuries too. They were like the only team that kind of keep it together, but they still had guys. But when you're hurt like that in the NFL, it's hard, and especially in that division, you got the Chiefs, you got the Chargers, you got the Broncos, and
elite division. It is, if not one or two, like that's like the top.
Yeah, everybody's good. The Chargers were a good team, and they had a whole bunch of injuries on their O-line that kind of screwed them over towards the end of the year. Herbert was getting his ass hit all the time. The Chiefs, we saw what they're usually like. They had a bunch of injuries, and obviously Mahomes went down, and they weren't able to kind of make it through that. And then the Broncos, they've been good up until literally yesterday.
Hey, you never know, man. With that defense, man. I mean, it's tough. You're in the AFC Championship now. You're with the backup now. Sucks for him. And someone told me that he got hurt during the slide or the when
they run the quarterback.
Hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt, and then they rewinded it back, and he got up limping a little bit, didn't say anything, and then finished the series, and then went over to the sideline and wasn't putting any weight on it. Obviously, he didn't want to. He's tough as shit because
broken ankle.
Yeah, like the whole interview after the game too.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Bo Nix, he's tough. I think he got a lot of people's respect. Yes.
100%.
You guys have some good interviews with some head coaches, so I'm hoping.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I got no clue. I mean, the funniest thing is, like, I get friends all the time, like, hey, like, what's the word here? Like, hey, like, who's gonna traded and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, to be honest with you, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
At the same time as everyone else.
Oh, in
the locker room on ESPN saying blah blah blah, just got sent or fired or something. I'm like, oh shoot, he's gone. And then we look over and he's gone. We're like, shit, he's gone. So it's the funny. Everyone thinks like we know so much more than we actually know. And
you know what? Sometimes the coaches don't even know what's going on.
No.
Really? There's no memo out there that goes out. Hey, heads up.
If a player gets cut, this happened my last year with the Saints. A player got cut on the D line, and we get into the D line room. We were like, "Hey, where's such and such?" And like, "Hey, coach, he's gone." He's like,
"Oh, damn."
Are you serious? Yeah. He was like, "Well, y'all gonna get extra reps today."
That's what happened to us this year with Jacoby Myers when he got traded. We had no idea. I remember it was in the morning we're all eating breakfast, and then we see that he got traded, and then he came walking in and said bye to everyone. But I remember for the receivers, one of them were telling me that they were in there and the coach had no idea that he got traded. He's like, wait, he's gone? And then he looks and he's not even in the room. They're like, oh, all right, well.
I mean, there were talks about him being traded weeks prior to that.
Which it was gonna happen. But like once again, we didn't know when or if it was gonna happen or not. So, which he was the man too. He was an awesome player. If you ever got a chance to, Kobe, he's such a sweet guy and he's such a working dude, man. He was a beast. I've never seen an individual player never lose a one-on-one rep because like he won every single rep. He caught every single ball. Like he was just a stud.
Y'all build such a bond with guys, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard. You know, they say don't get attached to this, don't get attached to that. I was like, dude, when you go through the trenches with somebody, man, like
you're the war.
OTAs, the season,
like going to war with someone, right?
You build those lifetime bonds, man. So
my main guys right now are probably my guy Tommy Eichenberg, who's my guy. Who's he's the man. He's such a unique character. He's a silent assassin, but he's a stud. He's a stud. He's a guy that a year or two who's going to have that breakout year as a linebacker because he was a stud on special teams. I think he had the third most tackles on special teams this year, and he's just an animal. Tommy, my guy this year was Kenny Pickett was my guy. He was because he's from Jersey too, so we connected instantly. And funny story is I played him in college. So usually in college, a small school plays a big school every single year, and you get paid to kind of get your ass kicked. His stud year, and at this point now it's week 4. They just lost to Western Michigan. They're 3-1 or 2-1. We're 3-0, and we're like, listen, I think we have a shot to beat these guys. Like, we have a shot to beat these guys, not knowing that this team was like their best team ever. They beat us 77-7, and I've never been so bad in my life. And I bring up to them all the time. I'm like, you ruined a team's mentality for a whole year because after that game, we lost every single game. We destroyed a team.
And your self-esteem kind of went.
So,
and no words of getting humble when you think real deal. You like we got a shot going into this. And
we were, we were like, dude, like we are gonna win this game. And then
we got deflated right away.
First drive, we got the ball. They kicked it out of bounds, so we started on the 25. Somehow, in 3 plays, we got a safety from a sack. Actually, no, it was 2 sacks and then tackle for loss, which caused a safety, which is insane. Which is insane. And then Kenny Pickett, I think he went like 10 for 10 on drives, and they scored every single time. So it was it was a rough one. And I bring it up to him all the time, and he laughs about it. I said, if you ever walk and if you ever step foot in New Hampshire, you will. I swear. You're the most hated guy in New Hampshire.
Walk around with a bodyguard, dude.
I mean, to be honest, we have such like everyone on the team was like super close to like AJ Cole. All the running backs were my guys this year, from Zamir White, Raheem Mostert, who's the man. Genty, my guy Chris Collier, who's on practice squad, who's actually from New York too. So I've known him for such like a long time. All the backs are like super close. To be honest, there wasn't really like a position group that wasn't close. It was such a cool spot. Like if you ask any of like the defensive guys, everyone was super close. On the offensive side, everyone was super close, but the backs were especially close. So it was just cool, man. It's just cool just having like a bunch of guys, like just like a melting pot of guys in the same room that probably without football would never even speak a word to each other. But now we're on the same field. I see him every single day, and we're the closest ever. So just like,
yes.
Football is such a cool sport in that sense of like you just meet so many guys that just like are just from everywhere, and it's just cool, man. It's just a fun sport.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Yeah, I think it's the most. You see a whole bunch of stuff like happening in the real world now. You see how much like just people just being divided.
Division.
Like, the locker room is probably like the one last space on earth where you could talk literally about anything. You have any type of disagreement. You could say what you feel. You could do all those things and still have respect for one another, and build those type of bonds that you're talking. Y'all can even though it was what it was, y'all can build off of stuff like that. And y'all know what it feels like too to have something like this. So you don't want to go back. So
yeah, the only way is to go up from here. So
100%. So
the one last question I have is as far as like real estate is involved, are there any other things that you're looking for maybe in the future, as far as like what are your future goals, plans outside of football?
Yeah, so you know what, that's been a question that I've been asked like a couple times too. Like I feel like I've always been that guy that's always been like had like one goal, which was always to play in the NFL, and now I'm here. And now it's all right, like, what do I do now? Like, especially in the off season too, where like I've talked to so many guys and they create their own business or start something. And like, I'm kind of in that weird gray area of like, I don't know what I want to do, but just like with my parents who've bought a bunch of real estate before and have a bunch of different properties too. Like I kind of want to go with them in that sense, because of just like I kind of want to keep my money always growing. And just like talking with them too, there's so many cool opportunities too. And like, especially in like Florida, Vegas, really, really anywhere in the country, from like Texas too, where like there's so many cool opportunities. So like, I'm just in that weird gray area where like I want to get involved more in real estate, but I don't know what to do or how to start it or what to kind of just like start with. So it's just kind of just in that weird gray area kind
of. Now I was the same way. Like the whole goal was get to the league, and and like I was the same way. I was laser focused, and that was my one goal. I didn't really care about anything else other than getting to where I would need to go. I think the one cool thing that I did, I would just ask guys questions in the locker room, like guys who had their shit together, obviously. But I have a lot of friends to this day where we just talk about stuff just that had nothing to do with football, and those were the cool things. And you get ideas from certain guys, you get things that you wouldn't do, and obviously you got Judy here, so she'll answer any question that you have for her. But you got another person than me too. Like if you ever have any questions over here or whatever, I'd be willing to answer anything you have for me. So it's the same mindset, bro. Like we got so many years to just maximize and squeeze as much out of this lemon as we can
while you're young, right?
Exactly. So stay focused doing that, but at the same time, I would just ask questions to guys. Like the more you can learn, the better, and just be a sponge about it. So
did you like when you started getting into like real estate too, was it like year one? Did you start in like year 3, year 4, and also did you like, was it just like you alone, or were you with like, did you get involved with like your teammates or someone that you trusted? Like how'd you kind of get started with that?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when I was in college, Judy knows this, I went to Tennessee, and my uncle who lived in Knoxville, I'm really close with, and he owns his own development company.
Oh, nice.
So he does everything. But so right now they're developing a few subdivisions, and he has his own little projects he does on the side too. But those are his big things that he's doing right now. So every off season I would just go work for him, and he kind of just taught me like
that's really cool.
Yeah, and I kind of learned like that. So like as soon as I was done, he asked me, he's like, "Hey man, do you think you get your license in Tennessee, and maybe you can help the family and just keep this thing in the family?" I was like, "Okay, cool." And I was talking to Judy at the same time, and she was just like, "Well," she's like, "I'm trying to grow my team too, so and I'm gonna need somebody in Florida as well." So that's kind of how that ended up working out, like a seamless transition into it, like right as I was done, because I was supposed to retire a year before I retired, and then I came back, and then I was just like, okay, cool, I'm really done this time. Let's go ahead.
He knew, he knew he was ready.
That's awesome. That's what I'm trying to like figure out too. Is like, all right, like how do I start this? Like I'm just trying to like, it's kind of
to piggyback off what Kendall said, what I would do now, I mean, you're still young.
Yeah.
But is to start networking with people, even older people that, have been through everything and know the business, depending on what avenue you want to take. But it's the networking that's going to get your wheels turning. And, eventually it'll just click. It'll click and, you'll know what you want to do. But having a resource like Kendall, myself, just people around you, that's going to make a difference.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. And definitely start thinking now, because don't wait until you're ready to retire. You know? Mm-hmm. Because that's
what I'm trying to think about. So
yeah. And then you have your parents. Your parents are great resources. Oh my God.
Yeah.
As I've gotten to know them, they really understand if real estate is where you want to go, for sure.
Yeah. Just from because I have so I've spoken to a couple teammates on the team, which my friend Tommy Eichenberg, his brother, I think runs or is partners with a real estate agency, and he says he's basically done now soon, and he's that's his full-time job now, and he's it's awesome. So he was in the NFL for, I think he's going on year 6. So, but he's I'm basically done. But he says that's his thing now. So if I ever wanted to kind of see him or ask him questions, he's yeah, of course. So
where's he at?
So I know he's playing in Miami. I don't know where his real estate company or agency's at. I assume in Florida.
I noticed more and more athletes are leaning towards real estate, whether it's being a real estate, brokerage agent.
Yeah,
it's something that, and I think it's the work. We're so used to working, having a certain type of work ethic, and this is something that you can't necessarily control, but you can work for whatever you want.
Yeah, I think grind too. I mean, it's definitely a hustle.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I think that attracts a lot of guys when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, it makes sense.
But yeah, man, Dylan, I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Dylan.
It flew by. I mean, it flew by.
It is. Yeah. And if we stay on here, me and Kendall, we can talk forever.
Yeah, no, we've been on here for 2-3 hours before. So we're about to start Kendall's Crash Out. Today, I just wanted to talk about something we already talked about today during this episode. Kind of my whole career, I had no plan B really. I just wanted to go in and kind of just focus on what I wanted to focus about. But to all the young athletes and a lot of the kids that want to strive and get to the NFL, is a very small percentage. We are on with one of the guys that is part of that small percentage today. And my thing is, strive for your goals, do everything you need to do to get where you want to be. But also it's okay to have a plan after you're done with that current plan. So I don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till something bad happens to where you're in a position to not really know what you want to do out of life. I know certain people have their certain niches that they want to do after football. Some guys become coaches, some guys become strength trainers, some guys become CEOs of companies. The athlete world is really, really big outside of the sport. So again, kind of what we already talked about today, ask questions with your teammates, ask questions with people who've been there before. Never be afraid to learn, never be afraid to really just ask questions, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be somebody in the room that's smarter than you, and that's exactly where you want to be. Thanks, guys, for watching Next Play, episode 5. When you get a chance, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment. We'll see you on 2 weeks.
Subscribe.